Okay, good morning. Let's start with the big picture this morning. The Qs pulled back yesterday and have just sort of been stuck within this consolidation zone. It may have felt a little tight the last, pretty much the last few weeks, right? On the long side, we've had some days where the days are strong. We have follow through. We have good longs, and then the next day, the very next day, it's hard. It's hard to squeeze anything out on the long side. So this can become discouraging, and at times uh, we can start to you know slack off a little bit on our process. But this is when this sets the difference between people that are consistent over the long term and those that are just seasonal, right? So we have to show up as if it'll be a blowout day every day, and if we can do that, then we won't be caught off guard. And uh, This is exactly like there's a concept where they talk about how after big moves in the market, there's this shaking out of the weak hands, and that happens before big moves. So it's I think it's a part of the market pattern, but also it could be a strategy at times. So we don't know what's going to happen today. We see a little bit of signs of a few tickers that we're going to take a look at, but let's be ready to trade our playbooks and let's be focused. Okay, all right. So the good thing is that the Qs are back at the highs, and we have clear levels to trade from. So either as I said yesterday, we poked up here to resistance and then pulled back. We saw a lot of shorting across many of the tech names yesterday. But the good thing is that a lot of them have gapped up, and we're starting to see them squeeze. So either it's clear, right, where what our opportunity what our options are, right. We either break resistance here, Qs, and continue, and then we see that breakout. That could be a sign of strength, um, or we fail here and then we pull back. Okay, all right. So let's get into the list of names for today. Good morning. Good morning. Just let me know if you can hear me. I can't hear me on the Zoom. No sound. All right. Let me check this out real quick. I think it's probably okay. Hello. 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 Let me know if you can hear me. I think we should be good. Good to go. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. So you know how it is sometimes. These software, we have a little bit of issues there. Thanks for letting me know. Give me that heads up. Audio's good on YouTube. Okay. We may actually be on. So I have two audio inputs. I have a real strong mic, and then I have the camera mic. So I think that may have been a backup for YouTube. All right. So as I mentioned, we're just kind of coming in, and we saw a day of rest on Tuesday. We saw potential pop out on Wednesday and a pullback. INTC was the name for me that I missed out on. Otherwise, a lot of the stocks on our list shorted. All right, so let's talk about today. If this is your first time, my name is Abdullah. I've been trading for 6 years, and I've been guiding the community, just a portion of that, maybe about 3 years. And we have two channels, well, three channels. This is the live channel, but we have a lot of education content. We do this live every Monday through Friday every morning. All right, so let's see. All right, so let's start with the fresh news names. So FSLY, Fastly. So this one is up on earnings. The earnings report itself is I mean it's sort of it's a sort of neutral. So we did see this pop. Um, we saw multiple levels broken here, multiple levels broken. So the reaction was good, and so it's probably like one of the top on the list just because of that reaction. We'll have to see if there's follow through though, because the report was kind of neutral. So the good thing is we have these clear levels to trade from. If we start to break to the upside, we have high R wall, good volume, and follow through. Then we know what to do. So that's an option. And then one of the second on the top gainers list, NVCR. This one we have fresh news on that, but overall chart isn't too strong. We're pulling back up to we're approaching resistance levels here. So again, this will be more like it's a lower signal. We have clear resistance here. If the market opens up and the stock is strong and we see our setup, we'll take it. Otherwise, it's not necessarily at the top of the list, even though we did have the gap up. So I would love for it to be. I would love for it to open up and give us a strong trade. So we'll see. News. So it has fresh news, and that's not the FDA boost. So FDA approves first of its kind device to treat pancreatic cancer. So we'll see how the market responds to that decent news. At times, that FDA report can push the stock. Traders start piling in, and then we see momentum. So that's I think that's the second of the fresh news names. All right, SMR is another one that we have a little bit of a nostalgia with when OKLO was running, and we traded it all last year and all 2025, 2024, into 2024. We had some really good trades on OKLO and SMR. So that one has fresh news. It's pulled back up into a higher time frame resistance. It was ranging, broke, and then pulled back. So it'll be interesting to see if SMR is able to continue showing strength there. So that would be like if we saw something like this where we fell to the downside and pulled back, then we can have something there. Just keeping in mind that overall, it's pulling up into it's approaching resistance. All right. I want to mention something about Verizon. Verizon was one. It's interesting to look back at it because I remember it had earnings and it's just been stair stepping. It's interesting. Even yesterday, I think it's just very quiet. It wasn't up on any scan. We'd have to be looking at it from previous days. But that one has just been quietly, stair step. Interesting. Took my eyes off of it, but I just wanted to mention that. Not necessarily active, just gonna keep it on watch. It's just a quiet name. Sometimes it happens. They fall off the scan, and then our attention we turn to something else. Okay, so again, if you feel like it's been a tight last 2 weeks, it has been. It's been a little bit slower. Everybody that I know, is complaining about what's going on. So that's just the reality of the market at times. So we'll be here to catch. We caught some really good trades last week. Like it's kind of like every other day, right? And which is cool. And this is where discipline shows itself. All right, so INTC ran up yesterday, pulled back, and it pulled back to VWAP, and then now it's pulling back. So this one, they're kind of following, the cues, right? So we'll see, if this one we see some action on this one again. Tesla is another one that I was looking for. This one popped, had relative strength. Yesterday's been real strong the past few days, and pulled back and gave a reversion long later on, a little bit later after a call here. Steep long, strong pull away from VWAP. We created a lower high, a new high here, and then consolidated breakup. Didn't hit VWAP, but that's one of our intrafade. We call it intrafade setup. So this one, Tesla is showing strength, gapped up, and then showing strength. So we'll see what happens on Tesla. You can trade TSLL as an option. Okay. All right. So those are there's a lot on the list right now. Whenever you start, you kind of like you have a lot, and you don't just have any. Man, this is it. Like this is the one. That's kind of how it's feeling right now. So we have a few names that have fresh news. We have some potential continuation plays. So when things open up, we'll see how the market opens, and we'll see where momentum flows. I don't have a super strong. I don't have a super strong play right now. All right. So let me know what you're looking at. A VRT. There's some mega cap names that are shining right now. like VRT, that one was strong yesterday, and it's holding up well. So if you, know, if you were watching some of those yesterday, then some of those are strong. Okay, all right. See, check the chat. CROX. I'll cycle through some of these. Crocs. Okay, Crocs has earnings. I have to look into the report. Down 3.2% year over year, but beat expectations. Let's see. Yeah, if we can break through here, see what the SPY is doing. Same. It's kind of compressed right now. Let me see if I went through everything. You know, like the ONDSs of the world, APLD. You know, they're all kind of like they had some strong days, and then they're showing weakness. SMCI we were trading last week, so you know I have alarms set on many of these. Um, PLTR was in pop, was in a downturn. MNTN, this one I have a this one popped yesterday. Doesn't have a good higher time frame chart, you know. So, but I have alarm set there. Yeah. So I think that pretty much covers it for me. I don't want to give you too much. One or two, all right, two more that are second day. So SUNE, we may see continuation. SUNE rallied on Tuesday, Wednesday rallied a little bit. I didn't enter anything, and then it's holding up. You know, the life cycle of these stocks typically will short, but it's holding up well. So we could see some continuation there. So you know, we could see potential for quick scalps on SUNE for the low flow guys. Okay, guys and gals. SUNE, and then RIG. This one, I can't remember what it was yesterday. I don't know if it was the spread or the tape, but this one ended up, you know, rallying throughout the day. But I think I can't remember. It may have been this. Let me see. That's only 10 cents. When the market opens, I'll see what kind of movement we have. But whatever it was, I may not have seen it. It's not too clean, but may not have seen it. Let me see until it rallied. Let's see what the gap. Yeah, I think maybe that's what it was. But I saw it at a certain point, and it already ran for the day. But I thought I could have swore we were talking about it. But yeah, these are two other ones, right? So again, we have a few that have fresh news, and then we have some, you know, higher time frame trend stocks. BBIO, I discussed NVCR, so just rewind back on YouTube. NVCR higher time frame is not, you know, too good, but FDA approval, I like that, and I did not have BBIO on the list. What was it? I like that it broke out here. We'll see what kind of volume comes in. Just not a lot of volume this morning here, but that could change. Okay. All right. So what should we do? So here's the thing. You know, when you're looking at a list, right? Just try to come up with a good 3 to 5. You know, strong 3, solid 3. Okay. Here are my top 3, and um, after that, you can set alarms. You can have you have a few stocks in the background, right? That you're looking at, and then and you go from there. I wouldn't, you know, don't try to chase everything. You won't catch everything, and you know, find the stocks that are closest to having your setup, and then go from there. So I'm gonna set up my charts right now. I'd love to get something on FSLY. I like this tight consolidation on MVCR here. It's kind of tightening up, so we'll see. Um, we have clear levels on FSLY. We'll see what kind of strength comes in. Okay. And SMR also right now showing weakness, but if we do recover, that'll be great. Some of these, I'll throw Tesla up there because Tesla's gapping up and strong yesterday and showing continuation. Make sure I didn't miss anything. China's EV turning point, domestic demand slumps. Make sure I didn't miss any Tesla stock. Target's 4-day winning run. Solar business is in focus. Yeah, I mean Tesla has a strong. That's a good point, Akbar. These stocks that had really strong fundamental backdrops, especially like after Palantir and strong earnings, I do believe that they will rebound. I think it's just so I've been keeping them just kind of like on the back burner, just setting alarms on them, just in case we see strength, high R vol, because I do not want to miss the turn. So I do think those software companies they will give us a good opportunity at a certain point. I haven't talked about crypto, but crypto's on the watch too. Okay, all right. VKTX really low volume currently, but just popped up on scanner for possible continuation. Yeah, I see it there on the low flow gainers. I'll show you guys Viking Therapeutics. Here. I don't know why it's. Oh, you know what? It's showing on the reason why I didn't have it here at first was because the volume was under 500K, so it was filtered out. I think it's increased. I think this one could be. I mean, higher time frame chart is not. It's not a low float. Sorry, it's not a low float. Higher time frame chart is in a downtrend. What's the wider than expected losses and plans to advance drug testing. So we'll see. Earnings not good, but it looks like it's advancing a bit on that drug news. All right, so let's do it, y'all. Let's see if something pops up that's obvious for us. Okay. All right, so I hope y'all have a great day. If you're on YouTube, thanks for all the support. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and share with others. If you want to trade live